Hi everyone, welcome to Backstage Pass, a show where we go behind the scenes at local events and we give you the first-hand look at things that no one else gets to see. So I'm your host, Jessica Higbee, and today we are here at Connellsville Area High School. They are going to be doing Phantom of the Opera, the musical. That's coming up in the beginning of March, and so we're going to go behind the scenes today. We're going to meet with the director, we're going to meet with some of the crew, some of the main acts and characters, and we're going to get to see just what goes on when you're preparing for a musical. Let's go check it out. We are here on the balcony, and I am here with Michelle Harbaugh, who is the director, and Debbie Lutzka, who is the choreographer. So tell us, how is it going so far?
The rehearsals are going very well. We have a very nice group this year, and they're putting forth a big effort.
Awesome. And you have done musicals here before, correct?
This is my fourth musical here, yes, and our 48th annual musical.
Yeah, I just saw that. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So tell us, Debbie, what are some of the things going on with choreography? What are you working on with?
Well, we just finished up one of the biggest scenes in the show, and that's Masquerade. I mean, we have to fine-tune it, but it's an exciting number. I even got kudos from Michelle when we were done with it. So she likes it, so we like it. So,
Well, that's awesome.
yeah, we have everyone in it, so we probably have the full cast, which is about 85 students, on stage, dancing, moving, singing, gyrating, whatever you want to call it. So it's pretty exciting. I think everyone will enjoy that number.
Is that hard getting the attention of 85 teenagers all at once to be synchronized?
At times. Yes, at times. But they so much want to be here. It's not like you're forced. It's not like gym class, like making students do push-ups and sit-ups. They want to be here, and they want to learn, and they want to dance, and they want to move. So it isn't too bad at all.
Awesome. So as far as like the musical goes, what made you choose this one for this year?
Well, we had really strong singers, and this show really, you have to have the strong singers to do this show. So I have just a huge amount of strong singers, and also I wanted to pick something that had strings in the orchestra because we have some very talented string players this year, and this orchestra has some violins, violas, cellos, etc. in it. So.
Now, when you say you have some talented string players, are you referring to students as well, or is...
Yes, we have about 21 students in the orchestra. Yeah.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's really awesome. And then how many people total do you have working as far as like this musical as a whole?
In set crew, orchestra, and all the crews that help out, plus the cast, I think we have about 160 or 170 students involved.
That's awesome. So, Debbie, do you do dance? Do you have like a dance studio outside?
Oh, no. I teach phys ed here at the high school, and I have a dance background, and I've worked with the musicals for a long time. I was a student of Mr. Stutzman's, who was our original director, and then I helped him out, and then when Henry took over, Molinaro, the late Henry Molinaro, I helped him, and now I'm helping Michelle. So studied a little bit of dance in college, so that's where I'm at.
Okay, and then Michelle, you also teach here at the high school, right?
I do. I'm the choral director here.
Nice. So tell us, because I'm sure after seeing all this, people are definitely going to want to come and see the show. The costumes are so beautiful. Like everything's going to be amazing, I think. I mean, the stage is just gorgeous as well. So tell us about when the show dates are and how people can get tickets, because I'm sure they're probably going to sell out really fast.
Oh, thanks. The show is March 1st through the 4th. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. These shows are at 7 p.m. And then on the 4th, the show is a matinee at 2. That's the Sunday afternoon matinee. Tickets are $10 for Thursday and $12 Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then ticket sales start on February 6th, which is coming up next week. Okay. And the ticket booth is open at the high school. It's right in front of the auditorium. It's open on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 11 to 5 p.m., and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 12 noon.
So you have to go to the ticket booth to get your tickets, correct? You cannot order them online or something like that. Okay, that's very good to know.
There is a mail.
Okay, so you can mail them as well. And how many seats do you have here in the auditorium? Do you know?
We have a little over 1,200 seats.
And you'll probably be filling those up, I would think. Yeah. What kind of dances are you guys doing, and who is involved?
Well, the show is heavy ballet, and we have some of our girls that they audition for the ballerina part. So we have maybe 6 who are really strong ballerinas, and then we have a line of backup ballerinas who, not many of them study dance, but they're talented enough that we can teach them. Oh, wow. So we're really happy about that, and I'm sure their parents will be proud when they see them acting as ballerinas. It's real exciting. And also what's really cool is our boys. We have the boys out there, and we have one boy who's going to be the dance master, and he's actually going to be a ballerina, and help lift some of the girls. And also they just Saturday learned to waltz. 9th grade boys, it's exciting to see them. Oh, they're excited about waltzing. Who would ever think, in the age of hip hop, that they're excited about waltzing? But they were very like, I want to be. Why can't I do this? So we got them all in. So we do try to use everyone in the dance roles that we can because they enjoy it. And also, the boys grow with it. It's exciting for me as a choreographer and a teacher to see them walk in so clumsily and then leave, dancing proficiently. So come see that. You'll enjoy that.
That sounds awesome. And then I heard there's going to be an open rehearsal. Is that right?
Yes, we're having an open rehearsal on President's Day, which is February 19th at 7 p.m. So the community's invited. We're just going to, they're going to see what goes on in a rehearsal and get to take a little sneak peek. So
that's really cool. Yeah. So have you done these before?
We have. Yeah, every year we do one.
I did not know that. That's really interesting. So as far as the show goes, what about is the length, would you say, of a show?
It's 2 hours and 35 minutes. There's an intermission in the middle. And I don't know if you're interested in knowing, but I did look it up on playbill.com today to see what Playbill thinks the appropriate age for someone to come to the show is. And they suggest 7 is the youngest they suggest, but they say for middle school and up that it's a phenomenal show to see. So I was happy to see that. Yeah. Probably not the best thing for a 3-year-old, but
right. Well, I'd say the length of time too for a 3-year-old. Well, I think that's great information. I think parents would want to know that as well. So, well, thank you both for talking with us and sharing with us, and we are very excited. I'm very confident it's going to be a great show. So, thank you. Okay, everyone. So I am backstage with Zach Ardebel. And Zach, tell us, what is your role in the musical?
Well, I'm one of our 2 co-technical directors. The second one is Cassie Calkins. Couldn't do it without her. I design, oversee the building, painting, lighting, just everything backstage that has to do with the show.
So you're the one that makes everything look amazing, right?
Yeah, I guess. Lots of help, though, definitely.
Yeah. Tell us who are some of the people helping you out.
We have Jacob Craig and Steve Wiltrout. They're my master carpenters. They help me backstage. John Hammond, he's my assistant technical director and sound engineer. Cody Swink, Josh Wiltrout, they're 2 of my right-hand men, too. So
nice. Yeah, always takes a lot of people to put this stuff together. So you're going to take us now and show us some of the things happening behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Right behind us, we have the auctioneer's podium. We built it, and the kids helped us paint it. When I say kids, we have a crew of about 20 to 24 high school students that are interested in behind-the-scenes work. So they get to help build, they get to help paint. Sometimes they get to help with special effects like fog and confetti. Oh, fun. Yeah, lots of fun. But this is what opens the show whenever we're selling off the chandelier at the beginning.
Ooh, a chandelier. Do we get to see that today?
We don't get to see the chandelier today. We have a pile of metal on the other side of the stage. We're building the chandelier from scratch. So we'll be welding.
That sounds like it's going to take some serious amount of time.
Lots of time, lots of late nights. Yeah.
But you're probably used to that. Like you've done this before, right?
I have. I started in 2010, was my sophomore year in high school. We did Singing in the Rain. And when we made it rain on stage, I realized at that moment that I wanted to do theater for the rest of my life.
That is awesome. How did you guys make it rain on stage?
Well, lots of water and lots of hose and some sprinkler heads.
That's incredible. I'm guessing there are going to be some neat things happening in this show as well.
Yes, there are.
And you're
a secret, though, so.
I was going to say, you probably don't want to give everything away.
Nope. But I can show you our staircase over here.
Okay.
The masquerade scene. We're about halfway. We got to have it done for our picture day, which is on Thursday. But
so in 2 days you're going to have this done?
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's impressive.
So it's used one time at the beginning of Act 2 for the scene is Masquerade, and the Phantom comes from the top of the steps all the way down, but it is a really grand staircase, and being that it's so big, we made it so it can break apart in 3 pieces and be put in the back room for the duration of the show.
Okay. And you designed this staircase, correct?
Correct.
So how did you learn how to do that kind of thing?
I've had a lot of great teachers. Andy Miller was our previous technical director, and he taught me everything that he knows, and I'm sure he knows way more than I know still. I actually spent the last year in Oklahoma working with a theater company. We did 4 shows in 3 months, so it was pretty awesome learning experience there. That's actually where I learned how to do this flooring. We have a beautiful maple flooring on the front of our stage, and I really didn't want that look for Phantom, so we covered it with plywood, and it's double layered, so there's another layer below it, and it's all overlapped, so it's like tongue and groove, so we're not actually screwing into the maple.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, because the maple is a lot lighter.
Yes, it's a lot lighter. It was really expensive, so we wanted to keep it looking nice for years to come. So I wanted a black floor, so I decided to use 4x8 sheets of plywood.
Wow, that's really awesome. I didn't even realize this wasn't part of the actual stage. So that's also impressive in itself that you can't even tell. It looks like it's meant to be part of it.
Well, thank you. I take that as a compliment.
So what else do you have to show us?
Around the pit, we built a passerelle. We can go out here and look at that. So we can actually walk around.
Oh, wow.
And some of the scenes throughout the show will take place on the passerelle.
Okay.
So this is not here all year round. We just built it. It took us about a week and a half to build this and lay the flooring. And all of the pit and the conductor will be inside of here for the show.
And so will like the performers sometimes come out on here?
Yes. Yeah, there are scenes that take place right here, and you are right in the audience's face.
That is so amazing. So really like up close and personal stuff happening here, you guys.
If you look above us, we have the line array speakers there. That's our sound system. The chandelier that we're building from scratch is going to sit right in front of that.
Wow.
And more than likely is going to crash to the stage. So,
Like literally?
literally.
So all of that work that you put into it.
All of that work's going to come crashing down 4 times a week.
Wait. So you're going to do this multiple times, like build it and crash it multiple times?
It's going to be built to crash purposefully.
Okay. Wow, that's crazy. See, these are all these interesting things that you don't realize whenever you come and see the show. Like, there's so much that goes into it behind the scenes.
Lots and lots of hours of hard work.
All right, well, let's check out some other stuff.
Okay, let's go to the back room. So back here is all of our storage. It's a mess right now because we've been digging things out to use. We have our lumber and our lawn and our plywood. Some set pieces from last year that are still here. We usually keep specialty pieces. We did Beauty and the Beast last year, so we have Belle's father's machine that split wood, so it's still there. You never know when we're going to need that or change it to something else. But we keep all of our tools and equipment back here. We try and keep a stock to be reused year after year, but with a show like Phantom, we're always buying materials. Over here, these tubes, one of our custodians was kind enough to donate them to us, so we're using those as pillars or columns in the show.
Yeah, that'll be perfect.
Like I said, my one master carpenter, Jacob Craig, he works construction during the day, and he brings in thousands and thousands of dollars worth of tools for us to use. So all of this stuff over here is his, but he lets us use it while he's gone, so.
It's awesome. Thank you, Jacob.
Yeah, thanks, Jake. He's the best.
So do you paint the scenes as well, or do you have people that do that?
We usually let the students paint. We all know a little bit of painting techniques, so we try and show them different things like how to wood grain, how to make things look like stone and brick. So we'll show them, and we just let them do their thing. So the students touch literally every scenic piece that goes out on stage.
That's awesome. So everything that people see is a work by the kids as well.
Absolutely. Right now, we're at the brain of everything. We're in the control room. So we're at the back of the house. You can see almost everything from here. Right in front of us, we just got a brand new soundboard. It's digital, so unlike our previous soundboard, you can set the EQ and the height of the volume for each individual actor that's wearing a microphone and save it. So when you go to that scene on the computer of the soundboard, it knows where you left off and it's going to adjust everything to where it was.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm a little bit familiar with X32. Not that familiar, but a little bit. And so I know they're very great because you can, like you said, you can program them. That's awesome.
I'm not really familiar with it at all. That's why we have a sound engineer. I know a little bit more about the lighting board, which is right over here.
I was expecting it to be like a lot bigger than that.
Things are a little messy right now. We've been making cables and getting things ready for the show. We try and clean house, at least once a year to get things ready. But we have an ETC Ion. It's my favorite light board that we've ever had. We got it in 2009. It updates by plugging it into the internet, which is fantastic. It controls all of our conventional lights in the auditorium, including the house lights. And then usually we run a truss from Three Rivers Entertainment and get some moving lights, some automateds, and it has a memory bank in there that knows what light it is and controls each one individually.
And so who runs the lighting board during the show?
One of our students. Last year it was Andrew Montijo. I believe he is a junior this year, so I think he's going to run it again.
Awesome. And you said you have a guy that does the sound, correct?
Yep, it's a student also. Her name is Jera Whipke. She runs the board, and then Mr. Hammond, he oversees everything for sound.
So yeah, it's a nice room back here. So you usually have like about 3 people back here working?
Ideally 3, usually it's 5 or 6. People like to hang out in here. It's the cool spot. My co-tech director, Cassie, she'll sit right here and call the show. So she has her script open, she's following along, listening to every line, and she's on a headset and she is talking to us backstage. She's talking to the boys upstairs that are controlling the spotlights. She's talking to the sound people, just keeping the whole show moving. My position is on stage, making sure things are going smoothly there.
Yeah, I can see why people like it in this room, though. I mean, you have such a great view of everything on the stage. So
Fantastic. You can see it all.
All right. Well, Zach, thank you so much for taking us around and just sharing with us all of the amazing stuff that you guys do here. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So I am here with Carol Kirk. And Carol, you are the costume designer. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
And how long have you been designing costumes for Connellsville?
Well, I've actually been officially on staff for 26 years, but I have been designing costumes for the musicals ever since I was in 8th grade for the very first musical, Oklahoma.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So you have been doing this for a very long time.
Yes, I have been, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what goes into the costumes and all of that.
Well, the first thing you have to do is look at the time period, look at the setting, and look at your main characters and if there's anything particular that they need. Like sometimes in the script it'll say, that someone has a red sweater on or they have a purple vest on, and then you have to have that object. Other things, you have a little bit of leeway. You can do different things with it. Now, like for example, this year in the Masquerade, there makes a reference to a peacock in the Masquerade. And so we had to make someone be a peacock. So
that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, I've gotten a lot of short dresses, like the dresses the girls wear to the homecoming dance or to the Cinderella. Every summer, Prom Shop calls me after their sidewalk sale, and they'll tell me to come in and pick out whatever I want. And they give me gowns, anywhere from like $7,000 to $15,000 worth of gowns every summer. So I had those to pull from, and so I had a lot of the short dresses because originally she was thinking about doing Footloose, and so I'm like, okay, I need short dresses. So I collected all the short dresses I could get at the prom shop. And I was short some because we decided to put the first 2 dance lines in short dresses. So 2 weeks ago, I was coming home from my daughter's gymnastics meet in Greensburg, and she got done a little early, so I came past this shop. It's called Miller's Prom Shop, and I've never been in there before. And I needed a pink dress for one of the leads for the masquerade. So I thought, well, maybe if I go in and buy a dress, they'll give me something. So I went in and I went through their sale dresses, and I actually found a dress that I could use, that I could adapt. And in talking to them, they were like, well, could you use some short dresses? And I was like, yeah, I could use a few. And so the little girl, she gets on her phone and she texts her boss. And after she was finished, she's like, yeah, she's in the Bahamas. She won't mind. And I'm like, oh, my word. You just text her and she's in the Bahamas. She goes, yeah, she's probably sitting by the pool. So we had a little conversation, and she took me back and showed me the dresses. And I'm like, oh, I would love to have those dresses. But I didn't act too anxious. So we come back out, and we were waiting for her to call back. And so finally she called back, and she went through the dresses with the girls. And she was like, after she hung up, she's like, okay, they're all yours. So I got 10 dresses, like over half of them were like Sherry heels and like all these like really, expensive dresses. But so I had enough to do both dance lines then. I had enough for the main dance line, the ballerinas, and then the second dance line. So we're creating them into a butterfly, a peacock, an ostrich, all different kinds of animals that we can, we're doing it with masks and with headpieces. And, of course, the dresses are puffy and full. And so
That sounds like it's going to be a really beautiful part of the scenery.
Yeah, it's going to be a very colorful probably the most colorful scenes, because everybody, and then for everyone else, I've collected a lot. I had a lot, but I've been collecting like jewel tones, like your like bright pink, kind of like the 1980s dresses with the big puffy sleeves, like the bright purples, the teal greens, everything bright, and put as many bright colors on everyone as I can.
Yeah, and so you said that how many costumes total did you say you have for this?
There's going to be approximately 500 costume pieces, because all of the dancers have at least 4 costumes, and all of the chorale de ballet, and which is like the chorus girls, they'll have 4 costumes. They may even have a 5th costume. She's still determining whether they're going to be in another scene. And some of the leads have as many as 7, 8, 9 costumes. So there's a lot of pieces.
And do you do the alterations for those as well?
I do. In fact, one night last week, I just sat here till 11 o'clock at night, and I just went through a whole rack and did all the alterations. So then I had a parent come in the other night, and she just started steaming everything. So what is on the racks is pretty much finished.
Well, let's see some of the things that you have, because I'm really excited. This is one of my favorite parts of musicals and performances is the costumes.
Well, one of the main dance things is the Hannibal dance. It's called a Hannibal slave dance, and it's one of the first dances. And all the girls have these red corsets on that are decorated. So I found red corsets on eBay that were pretty reasonable. Ordered those, and then we've decorated them with gold trim, and with the gold across the top. Someone's coming.
They do not look comfortable, though.
Well, for some of the little girls, they're okay, but for some of the bigger girls, they're gonna have to wear a bra with them or something, because, they're kind of tough to get on, but they look really cute on. And we're adding straps to them too, to make them more secure. And then they have to have these beads added on to the shoulders, like these beads droop down on they don't go over their shoulder, they hang down on their arm. And then the skirt that goes with them, for the 6 main dancers, we're doing, I found this fabric. I try to take advantage of the Christmas sales.
Oh, yeah.
So I found this fabric in the Christmas collection, and it was on sale. And the beads, of course, it's Christmas garland. So I cut them in strips. The ones online, it almost looks like it's all pieces of rope, but I figured this was probably the easiest to do, so we cut it in strips, and then we sewed the red and gold beads on the front. So they will wear this with the corset. And the 8 main dancers have this, and then the second dance line, we made theirs all red with gold, and their corsets are not painted green because they don't have any green in their skirt.
It almost
That's for the Hannibal dancing.
it almost reminds me a little bit of like a Mardi Gras type design.
Yeah, almost it does.
Yeah, like with the beads and stuff. It's really cool.
This was a plain pink dress. This is the dress that I bought at Miller's. It was long, so I hemmed it, and it's supposed to have like white lace around the bottom, so I had the satin trim I put on it. And then I glued all the stars on it. I ordered stars off of eBay, put all the stars on it, and it's variegated. It starts out purple at the top, so I got the spray dye, and I sprayed it purple. And then I had to decorate it yet with beads and sequins. So this is Christine's masquerade dress, and she will wear a silver mask, and she wears a silver crown with this.
Now I know that there are 2 Christines. So are they the same size, or do they have to?
They're a little bit different in size. They're about 2 sizes different. So for all their dresses, I've tried to get the corset back. So that I can,
Sneaky.
because when I first went into Miller's, there was this one dress they pulled out. It was just really gorgeous, and she said I could have it like cheaper than what they were selling it for. But it was like a size 0, which it would have fit Christine, but it wasn't a corset back, and so I knew it wouldn't fit the second one. So it would fit Kayla. So I said, well, where did you get these from? Can I go look? And she's like, yeah, go look on the wall. So whenever I found this one, I'm like, what about this one? Can I have this one cheaper? She's like, oh yeah, you can have it cheaper. I'm like, okay, thank you. So there is a ballet scene where Meg sings to Christine, and I made the old-fashioned looking ballet costume. It's supposed to be linen, white linen, and white linen is not pure white, but linen is very expensive, so I found this very fine cotton that I got on sale at Joann's. So I made all these, and then we got the corsets to go with it.
Oh, that's very pretty.
So they look really adorable in them. Yeah. So this is what the main ballerinas will wear.
I love how just looking at this, you can just see all the color, like you said, like so the jewel tones and everything. So it's
and then
gonna be very pretty.
With the Hannibal costumes, the first line dancers will have the red and green. The second line dancers will have the plain red corset trimmed in gold, and the plain red skirt cotton pieces trimmed in gold. So then we needed something to do with the freshmen and the 10th and 11th, 12th grade group. So I had these dresses that I had bought several years ago. I've used them numerous times, but it's the same green. So I'm putting the green ones on the 9th to 12th graders that are not in a dance line, and on the freshmen, they're going to wear the dress, and they're going to wear the green sash, and it's going to have a gold tassel on the end. And then the older girls, theirs is going to have a red sash with a gold tassel on it. So it kind of ties in. Everyone's going to be in red and green. So they're just like kind of a backup. They'll be like doing a little dance behind the main dancers. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
These are some of the dresses that they gave me. And we have a set of twins that are freshmen. So I kind of pulled them in and like, hey, I got these matching dresses. Can I put these on you? But these are 2 of the dresses that Miller's in Greensburg gave me. Yeah, they are fun. They're a lot of fun. Bright colors. It's, it just like really, it just went really well. They, this green one, which one of the kids chose. This little purple guy here. So everything is like heavily gemmed for the masquerade, and bright, colorful, and everything.
I can't wait to see like everything as it That's okay. I can't wait to see everything as it comes together. I mean, just looking at everything here on the rack, I mean, you can tell it's going to be very beautiful, and you've done such a nice job with the detail and everything.
I hope it all comes together.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
A lot to do, but
Yeah, always.
always.
Well, thank you so much for showing us around and sharing with us what you're working on. So good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone. So I am here behind the scenes with seniors here at Connellsville High School. This is Jordan Russell and Kayla Vincent. And we're just going to get some backstage info about them and the show and all of that. So, girls, can you tell me what shows have you done before?
We've been on all the same shows since we were seniors. So we were in The Little Mermaid, we were in Peter Pan, The Addams Family, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Beauty and the Beast, and now The Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, wow. So you guys go way back working together and everything like that. And you are both playing what role?
We're both playing Christine in Phantom of the Opera.
Okay, and so there are 4 shows, is that correct? And so you will each be doing 2 of those shows? Yeah. Do you know which nights you'll be performing already?
Yeah.
Okay, can you tell us about that?
I'm going to be Friday, March 2nd, and Sunday, March 4th. And Kayla's going to be Thursday, March 1st, and Saturday, March 3rd.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about the process of getting into the role of being Christine. Can you tell us a little bit about like what you had to do? I'm assuming you tried out and how you had to prepare for that.
So yeah, well, the hardest part about Christine for me is Christine is actually a dancer in the chorus before she's brought out onto the stage as being one of the opera singers. And it's a really fun role to be playing if you're into classical music and you like that operatic style of music. It's a little bit different than your typical Broadway role.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, so you had to, I'm assuming, try out dancing and singing for that then?
Yeah, we had preliminary auditions for singing and acting, and then we had dance auditions, and then we had callback auditions.
Okay, wow. And just out of curiosity, was Christine the role that you girls had your heart set on?
Yeah. Yeah, we both wanted to be Christine, so it's cool that we can share it together.
Yeah, that is really neat. And I'm sure it's nice to have someone that understands what you're trying to remember and what you're doing and just to like bounce ideas off of and things like that. But I'm sure it'll be really neat to see how each of you kind of put your own personality into the character of Christine. So what is your favorite thing about the show? Like if you, without maybe giving anything that's going to be a surprise away, because obviously this is Backstage Pass, but we still want people to, come and see the show, of course. But what's something that like you're really excited about?
I feel like there's a lot of things people won't expect, like especially the humor. You think Phantom of the Opera is more of a serious show, but there's like a lot of funny aspects to it, and also the music is just so good and it's just phenomenal. So.
Yeah, it's it's actually my personal favorite musical. I just think the music is so pretty. How about you? What's your favorite thing?
I really like the full cast numbers, just seeing everybody come out together and all of the crazy costumes that they're going to be. It's really going to look phenomenal from the audience's point of view.
That sounds awesome. I can't wait. So we talked about what you had to do to get this role. Tell us a little bit about, now that you have this role, what it takes to prepare.
We're here pretty much every day of the week except Fridays and Sundays, and after school we stay till 5 every day. And on weekends we stay on Saturday from 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. And we pretty much run all of our dances, and you're doing like a lot of dancing. So it's very tiring, but like it's very worth it.
Yeah. Or you're going to, sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Yeah, especially like taking a full day of school and then having practice afterwards and still like keeping up with everything else that you have in your daily life. I mean, it's a little bit like difficult at times to balance it all, but in the end, I know that like everything will definitely be well worth it.
As far as the singing aspect and the performing and things like that, is this something that you plan? You're both seniors, so I'm sure you've been planning like what you're going to do after you graduate. Is this something that you feel that you'd like to continue, or what about that?
I plan to double major in nursing and music, so then I can do both and not just have to pick one. And then I'm going probably to minor in theater.
That sounds really fun. And where are you going?
I'm either going to Penn State, Maine, or Robert Morris.
Nice. How about you, Kayla?
Well, I definitely want to still be a part of music as I further into my life. I definitely want to join choruses in college, and I definitely also, I mean, I stick with my choruses from around here, you know, my church choirs and stuff like that, obviously. But I plan to attend Ohio University or Ohio State, and I know that Ohio University has a wonderful theater program, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to audition for that without actually being in some of the majors that they require.
Well, that's awesome. I'm really excited to see you girls on stage, and best of luck to both of you as you continue preparing for the show. Okay, so I am here now, not only behind the scenes, but we're actually kind of in the middle of the scenes right now because they are practicing as we are talking. And so I am with Parker Cart. And Parker, you are a junior here at Connellsville, correct?
That is correct.
And you are playing which role in the musical?
I'm playing the Phantom in Phantom of the Opera.
Awesome. And so do you have, are there 2 Phantoms for this musical?
There are not. I am the only Phantom.
Okay, so you have one of you and 2 Christines. So you've definitely got your hands full here, huh?
Absolutely. I do have my work cut out for me.
So tell us, have you done musicals before?
I have. I do have a lot of experience in theater. I've done shows not only at the high school, but the junior high, and also some shows in other towns and other areas as well.
Oh, wow. So about how many would you say you've done before in the past?
I've stopped counting at... too many to count.
Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful. So tell us, what's your favorite show that you've done thus far?
Honestly, this one. This one is my favorite show that I have done thus far.
Can you tell us a little bit why?
I would just say that the cast is extraordinary. The part's super fun to play. It's definitely fun to bring the character to life. The director's obviously fantastic. Everything's just great and going so smoothly. It's hard not to like it.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's great to hear. So what are you looking forward to? I asked the Christines this question as well. What's something that you're looking forward to or the most excited about once you guys actually are performing the show that you're really excited for like the audience to experience?
I would have to say that how in-depth overall the show is, how inclusive the show is, how just immersive it is. You know, I mean, Angela Weber really does an incredible job of immersing the audience and just having such an in-depth show. I think everything. They'll love everything. I really do.
Awesome. Well, I mean, this musical is definitely hands down one of my favorites. I mean, the music is just so intoxicating and draws you in. So really excited for that. So you said you're a junior, correct?
That's correct.
And so do you plan on taking part in musicals in the future?
Absolutely. Music will always be a part of my life.
Awesome. Do you have any plans for once you graduate? Anything? Would you think you'd want to continue doing things like this, or?
Absolutely not as a career, but I mean, this will definitely continue to be a part of my life.
Awesome.
Let your fantasies unwind at the Phantom of the Opera, presented by the Connellsville Area High School, March 1st through the 4th. Tickets on sale now at the high school.
Well, everyone, that's a wrap here at Connellsville High School. As you can see, there is so much going on behind the scenes today, and we have only been here for a little while. We don't even know the half of all that's going into this performance, but I am super excited about this musical. I am personally going to go see it. I cannot wait to get tickets, and you guys should go out there and see it as well. Come down and check it out. Everybody here that I've talked to is super excited and just so into what they are doing. So I know that it's going to be an incredible show. So don't forget, it's March 1st through 4th, and you can get your tickets here at the high school at the box office. We hope that you'll come and check it out, and we'll see you next time on Backstage Pass.